and welcome back to the club. My name is Ashlyn Clark. I'm one of your hosts, and I'm joined by my wonderful blonde best friend, Katie Hoyt. We are here to talk about a really crazy thing, and I'm so excited to get your take on it, Katie. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, like particularly well. Also, I just noticed that my background is fluttering, and that's because it's 1,000 degrees in Alabama, so the fan's on full blast, so you guys can just, there's like a little bit of visual interest going on behind me. Anyway, okay, ask me why I'm doing particularly well.
Why are you doing so well?
Because in 1 week's time, my evil plan to trap you and your husband and your kids in my home forever begins. I'm so excited. Yes, and so it's
the way I'll be falling for every booby trap.
So we start with, there will be like a loaf of bread by the door. You move into the kitchen. You've got the French press coffee. I don't know. Maybe I'll have like some cozy blankets. I don't know. The plan isn't like fully fleshed, but yeah, it commences.
Tiber's in there.
Tiber's there.
Your baby that I haven't even got to meet yet.
Yes.
Is like, he's just like sat in the middle of the room. I'm just like ready.
Yes.
And there's a net.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So a Gober sized net, and I'm so excited, ready to see you guys. And I can't wait to just like baby swap. And I can't wait to be a girl mom for a few hours. So
I think you're going to love it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mainly just because she's so chill. She's at that age where like they just like do whatever you want.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to last forever, but like genuinely the chillest baby I've ever experienced. And her sister's chill too. So like, I don't know. It's like kind of battle of the babies in my mind. Right now.
I feel like that's such a blessing. I think second children tend to be not the easiest. And
right.
And so
I've heard that.
Spoken as a second child, married to a second child.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Oldest child married to oldest here in our household. So we don't know the difference. But I have heard that the second ones can be like a little bit more of a handful. However, I'm not resting on my laurels. Like, she's a great, chill baby. I fully expect her to ruin my life when she's a toddler.
100%.
And it's okay if she does.
100%. Yeah, and the thing is that you have two girls. So once you get into close in age, so once you get into the sharing clothes situation, then it's WWE SmackDown in your home. So prayers for that.
I talk about this frequently, about the sharing clothes thing, because a lot of people who don't have sisters, you don't, but you have a cousin that's like essentially your sister. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people who don't have sisters like don't understand the turf war that happens over clothing, so much so that my sister and I got in a fight on my bachelorette trip about who was wearing what pants. And I think everyone in the room who like didn't have a sister, like butthole was clenched. Like they thought the trip was like ruined because of the verbal attacks that were going on in the room.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it was my trip, so I won the pants.
Right.
And then it was like immediately on to the next. Like we didn't even think about it the rest of the trip. And everyone, I think, was a little shooken up by it.
And what's so funny is like at that point, like y'all are grown. So just imagine.
Oh, no, we were 25.
Right.
Yeah.
Just imagine the middle school days. Like I shudder to think.
And you should. My mom still shudders about it. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yes.
Well, stupidly enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I can't wait to see you guys. Y'all will be here for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I think we're only going to get to see y'all for just a short period, but we'll relish it, soak it all in. What else has been going on with you guys?
I'm trying to think. Honestly, nothing new. We did take Susanna on a little rafting trip yesterday, but it was very low. What's the word? It was like, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Like where you don't have to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was like low effort trip for us because it was a guided rafting trip, which we thought meant like, okay, there's a guide that's like telling you what to do and you have paddles, but they allowed kids like 0 to 3 to come for free. And so I thought, oh, well, that's weird. Like we'll just leave Margaret at home and we'll go. 'Cause like, surely it's like a paddling trip. Well, we get there and only the guide has oars. So you just sit and chill. So it was really nice. It was down the Provo Canyon River, the Provo River. And it was in this big canyon the whole way. And it was like cows and like really pretty views.
Wow.
And Susie had the best time.
Oh gosh, I bet. So y'all just left Margaret at home alone all by herself to do as she pleases.
Yeah, we're like, have fun. Enjoy. Second kid things.
Exactly.
That was her first time getting babysat, actually. But it was by one of my coworkers and my neighbor. And she has 2 kids. So she was like, she literally was like, why? Like, this was the easiest thing I've ever done. Because she has 2 boys, ages 2.5 and 5.
Oh, God.
So she was like, this is literally a walk in the park.
I'm sure she loved that.
She did. She was like, bring her back anytime. I want her.
Oh, that's
so sweet. I loved it.
That's sweet. Well, that's a fun day for Susie. I feel like since we recorded, neither one of us have really done much like crazy or fun or interesting.
No, we've been back at work. So it's like our lives are just consumed by capitalism.
100% capitalism and parenting, and it's the summertime, so I'm at my in-laws pool every 3 days, and that's pretty much been it. It was the 4th of July. What did you guys do for the 4th?
So Jake went to New York.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So Jake was in New York with some of his friends doing just like New York stuff, pizza, bars, whatever. Me and the girls were here, and we did a 4th of July parade. So Susanna rode her bike decked out in like flags and streamers and everything down one of the main roads in our neighborhood. They had it blocked off for all the kids. And then there was like, I mean, this sounds so lame for people who don't have kids.
No, I was awesome. Literally just thinking that. Like, that sounds lovely, but if I was, 23 and didn't have kids, I'd be like, boring.
No, it's not for you. Yeah. You're at the bar. I am at the neighborhood parade there's like free popsicles, free popcorn, free face painting.
Oh, wow.
It was like a whole shebang. So that was lovely. And then we had a barbecue with some of our neighbors and had a really nice hot dog. You know what? The older I get, I fucking love a hot dog. And I feel like that's one of those things, like, as a kid, like, who doesn't love a hot dog? But now as an adult, bitch. It's because it's like a special treat. Like, no one's making hot dogs for like weekly meal prep.
No. You're not like on a Thursday evening grilling hot dogs. Like, and it's so, it's a hot dog is so like celebratory. Like, you're having a hot dog and like, it's a special event, a special occasion. And man, it just hits. My mother-in-law has been getting the Sam's Club hot dogs that are like the ones that they make at the little cafeteria there.
Cool.
Oh my God. They are really special. If you're not a Sam's Club member, you should be. They are so good. Like, top tier hot dog.
And your mother-in-law is the one who put me on the Sam's Club cookies. Also.
Yes.
Wow. Like, for a 4th of July event, just go get all like multiple cookie platters and then I guess these hot dogs. Like,
literally.
It was genuinely, I probably had 12 at her house in one day. It was so good.
Yes. So anyway, that's kind of been it for us. Nothing really exciting to report. But I did want to. So last month I mentioned that I had written down like a list of all of the books that either had come out or were coming out this year. So unless you have anything else with the culture or with you personally that you want to get into, I want to just like,
no,
okay,
nothing new with me.
Okay, really. Good deal. So we'll kind of transition into books then. So a lot of this, mind you, like the topic came up because Ashlyn and I ended up taking 4 months off of the podcast kind of unexpectedly. So a lot has happened since then. So Silver Elite Book 2, I do not know what the title is. That came out. When the Moon Hatched Book 2 came out. Metal Slinger Book 2. Shield of Sparrows Book 2. And then the Princes of Sin series, Book 3 of that came out. So all of that happened while Ashlyn and I were on maternity leave or shortly thereafter. And then the rest of the year, we have the Nyaxia, Carissa Broadbent, Serpent and the Wings of Night series. That next book comes out in just a few days on August 4th. The Veiled Kingdom book, I don't know if it's 3 or 4. That one either came out or...
I'm not partaking.
Yeah. No,
sorry.
No. That one either came out or is coming out. The Night and the Moth book 2 is in September. Fourth Wing book 4 comes out in October. And also she announced this week that there's a new novella that's like...
Yeah, it's like the threshings of a bunch of the main characters. I think that will actually be pretty interesting.
Let me get through this list and then I have something to say about that. Okay. All right. Okay. Spark of the Everflame, the last book, comes out in September. ACOTAR we have in October and in January. And Quicksilver book 3 comes out in November. So a lot has happened, a lot to look forward to. Now, going back to Fourth Wing, this novella, I'm seriously pissed off. And if you're a Fourth Wing fan, like you're about to be offended. But Ashley and I are just, she kind of lost us in book 2 and then really lost us in book 3. But the thing is, we can't get out. Like, I will have to read the novella and then I will have to read book 4. Like, I don't even enjoy these things. So now I'm pissed off that she's come out with this novella because I don't have a choice. Like,
it's on our content plate, whether we like it or not.
Yes, exactly.
But I feel like here is my thought on the novella is that she kind of lost me with the main plot, but I do still care about the dragons, deeply care about that.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, at least this will be something interesting and a little bit less romantic. Like, she just sucks at the romance right now. Mm-hmm. And everything is just like a little too crazy in the main plot.
Yes.
So I think a little side story about the dragons is more my speed.
You know what? That's actually a good point because it's nice to just kind of take a step back from all of this bullshit she's got going on and let's just like go back to our roots, you know, because Fourth Wing, the first book, was so good and so compelling.
We really thought we were on track for something good. Oh, one of my coworkers was at our rafting trip yesterday and he reads Dungeon Crawler Carl. So he was talking about that with my husband. I also bought the first book because it's really been in the zeitgeist recently. Like, a lot of women are reading it and I feel like it wasn't really written with the female audience in mind. Unless you're a female gamer, because it's like a lit RPG gaming book. Okay. So we were talking about that and I was like, I really want to start it, but I'm like in the middle of this dragon book, like whatever. He's like, okay, which dragon book? Because he took a break between some of the dungeon crawler books. And apparently he said, I read the gold dragon book that everybody likes. And it took me a second. I was like, oh, Fourth Wing. And he was like, yeah, I hated it. I'm like, yeah, because it's not for you. The same as Dungeon Crawler Carl is probably not for me. Like, that's not for you. But if you didn't like that, like, just stop because it only gets worse from there. And he couldn't believe it. Because apparently, not apparently, as expected, most series get better, like at least 2 or 3 books in. Right. And this one is not doing that. And so he was like, I actually can't believe that was her best work.
Bless him. And I feel like it's confusing because unless you have a trained eye, when you get on TikTok and people are like fantasy books that are really good or that are really popular, you're gonna see ACOTAR, you're gonna see Fourth Wing, you're gonna see from Blood and Ash, like shit like that.
From Blood and Ash, oh my god.
And if you're a man, like the girls aren't telling you that that's not for you. Like, as an example, I had my brother-in-law read One Dark Window and he fucking loved it. Like, it's such a good series. I think it's perfect male or female. It's not too heavy on the romance, not too heavy on the spice. And then he thought, okay, I really like this author. I'm going to read The Night and the Moth. And I just happened to like catch it on Goodreads, like that he had started reading it. And I texted him and I was like, hey,
back it up.
Yes. Like, you should have checked in after you finished One Dark Window. I would have let you know that was not for you. Yes. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I did not enjoy this. Literally none whatsoever. He said it was too like...
That's so funny.
Floops, too like girly, cutesy. And I was like, yeah. So...
Well, yeah. No, I get that.
You live and you learn.
Is there a second one of that coming out soon?
Yes. In September. So soon.
Oh, was that on your list? Sorry.
Yes. Soon. I don't know that I will be reading that, especially because it feels like everything is September, October, November at the end of the year, which I feel like that's always how
we're gonna have to like really set a meeting and pare it down to like what's the most important. Because now I'm wondering, like, okay, should we read the second part of Metal Slinger? Because the ending was so good, and like I bet the second book is great. What else? Silver Elite. I still think that's probably AI, but like I'm down to read that one.
It's really tough. We're going to have to set our schedule. And like at the beginning of the year, I posted some stories to, on Instagram and got some feedback, and people really wanted us to branch out, read some different genres, which I feel like we have been doing this year.
Here we are. This month we're doing it.
Yes. But like, you guys,
there's too much fantasy content. We have to.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think I like sticking to fantasy or romance genres, and then if a big hitter like this, like Yesteryear, comes out, we pivot and we make it work. But like, as far as I know, nothing this big has happened yet again this year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We're good to do fantasy stuff for the remainder.
So, but you can't please everyone. So people are just going to continue to be, I guess, disappointed, except for Bryn, who I know is listening to this. She does not read any of the books that we read. She's not into fantasy and stuff, but she listens to every single podcast regardless. And we love her.
Love you, Brian. Love you, Brian.
Love you, Brian, who I actually just saw yesterday. So shout out to Bryn. Miss you already. All right. But I did tell her to read this book, and I told her it's like a little bit more psychological. There's no dragons or anything. And so maybe she will.
Okay, good.
Anyway, speaking of...
Well, if you're ready, I guess we can get right into it if you're interested.
Yes, I do believe that we should. So, if you don't already know, the book that we're here to discuss this month is Yesteryear by... What's her name?
Caro Claire Burke.
Caro Claire Burke, yes, okay. I will be reading her author biography. Okay. Caro Claire Burke received her master's in fine arts from the Bennington Writing Seminars. She is the co-host of Diabolical Lies, a politics and culture podcast. Yesteryear is her first novel. Of note, she previously worked in media and spent a lot of time researching the culture of the trad wife and religious women prior to forming the idea of the novel. She genuinely went to an influencer boot camp via Zoom.
I wrote that part. That was not her. That was not part of her thing.
Okay.
So I just wanted to remind myself to bring that up. So her author bio is like really underdeveloped, but it's fine. Like it's just like, here she is, master's, podcast, love it, fellow podcaster. And this being her first novel is actually diabolical.
I completely agree. Like, how did she do it?
I don't know. But I'm assuming, I don't really know like how, in what aspect she worked in media. She must have been writing. Like this writing was so good, which we'll talk about in a minute. But like this being your first book is actually crazy, and I'm so happy for her.
No, I completely agree. And I feel like because they talked a little bit about Yesteryear on the Toast, and someone mentioned that she somehow had ties to like get this picked up as a movie, because I feel like it was popular, yes, but it became more popular once it was announced that it was like picked up as a movie and Hathaway was going to be like the star. But for this to be your first book and it got picked up so quickly because it is genuinely that good is really crazy.
So it got picked up. It looks like it got picked up before it was even published. Whenever I read the acknowledgments and I listened to her, like Seth Meyers' late night interview, whoever is her agent is good friends with Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
And was talking to Anne Hathaway about it, and maybe someone else at Amazon, because they have really good connections. Because it seems like she is like has really deep roots within media.
Yeah.
So whoever she knew had a plug to get this, like basically get people's eyes on the manuscript before it was published, and they helped her really like kind of flesh out where the ending was gonna be. I think she already knew what the ending that she wanted, but they kind of like helped adapt it to where it would work really well on the big screen. So
well, that's exciting.
Good for her. But it does seem, I put this of note thing because she was talking about this on her interview. Like she paid money to go to like an influencer Zoom event to get information of like how to become an influencer online, and like a lot of trad wife information. And so the parts of the book that are about the main character doing that are like based off of what she really experienced.
That is so funny.
And she's like, it's a total pyramid scheme. Like, if this book had not taken off, like, I would literally be in the hole because it was so expensive to like even get access to it.
Oh my God. That's so funny. You see women online all the time, like, sign up for my course, free masterclass, or
Oh, I've not seen that, but I
oh my
believe
God.
it.
Oh my God. Like, when you search, because obviously I feel like this is like universal experience for, unless you are someone who is in the medical field and you've already spent the majority of your life attempting to become a doctor. When you're on maternity leave, you start Googling side hustle, like things I can do to make money so I don't have to return back to my job. And one of the things that always comes up is like, create an online course. And oh my God, they're like, whatever you have knowledge in.
Create a course for what?
Literally whatever like expertise you have.
So now you have to take a course to learn how to make a course?
Yes, that's literally how they get you. Anyway, that's so funny, especially because I feel like I feel like we're kind of getting into the book now, but the Zoom, like, learn how to be an influencer was so funny. It was such like a good part of this book. I cannot believe she did that. I'm so curious to know how much it was.
I know, me too. Yeah, I'm obsessed with her, to be honest.
Same.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into the book synopsis, which is pretty long, so just buckle in. My name was Natalie Heller Mills, and I was perfect at being alive. Natalie lives a traditional lifestyle. Her charming farmhouse is rustic, her husband a handsome cowboy, her 6 children, each more delightful than the last. So what if there are nannies and producers behind the scenes, her kitchen hiding industrial-grade fridges and ovens, her husband the heir to a political dynasty? What Natalie's followers, all 8 million of them, don't know won't hurt them. And the angry women, the privileged Ivy League coastal elite haters who call her an anti-feminist iconoclast, they're sick with jealousy because Natalie isn't simply living the good life, she's living the ideal and just so happens to be building an empire from it. Until one morning she wakes up in a life that isn't hers. Her home, her husband, her children, they're all familiar, but something's off. Her kitchen is warmed by a sputtering fire rather than electricity. Her children are dirty and strange, and her soft-handed husband is suddenly a competent farmer. Just yesterday, Natalie was curating photos of homemade jam for her Instagram, and now she's expected to haul firewood and hand-wash clothes until her fingers bleed. Has she become the unwitting star of a ruthless reality show? Could it really be time travel? Is she being tested by God, by Satan? When Natalie suffers a brutal injury in the woods, she realizes 2 things. This is not her beautiful life, and she must escape by any means possible.
Okay, aside from the length,
kind of loved.
Yeah.
Kind of ate.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was really good. I do think it's a little long-winded, especially like going in detail about like the new reality that she wakes up in, and also like even the background. I'm just like, we could have shortened it.
Yeah,
but
we don't need
like
rhetorical question, like multiple rhetorical questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was good, and I think like that's how everyone had explained this book to me, and how I've explained it to everyone. Like, she's a trad wife influencer, and then she like suddenly wakes up. Yeah, she's in the 1800s. So, you know what? I love this girl, so she can do whatever she wants. It's fun. Oh, I think you're muted.
Sorry, I totally was muted. I'm just trying to like. I got a new iPad. We use these to like do our notes and stuff on, and it's just like being weird. Okay, I got it. So, overall thoughts, general discussion. If you're new here, we just talk about like usually plot and romance and writing in this section. But given that there was no romance, I just kind of nixed that, and we're just gonna talk about the plot and the writing. So, what did you think overall about the plot?
Okay, I thought this was so refreshing. Like, the story was so unique. It's not like anything that I've read before, which I love. Like, I feel like so often it's the same tropes over and over, the same like happenings over and over. And I also felt like this was a new genre for me. I don't know. I'm not like well versed in genres outside of like romantasy.
I'm not sure what this genre even is.
Yes.
To be honest.
Yes. Romantasy, romance, that's pretty much all I've got for you. I've read like a few thrillers, but for the most part, I just read kind of like silly, goofy stuff. I enjoyed this so much that it wasn't like there was a murder, you know, like somebody's husband was killed. But it was still different.
But there's still like a mysterious aspect.
Yes. I really like that. How about you?
I thought this was amazing. Seriously, like from beginning to end, I didn't know what was going to happen next, what to expect. It started off with a bang, it ended with a bang. Like, I genuinely never saw the twist coming. I couldn't figure out what I thought was going to happen at the end of the book, but I was never going to guess that it was going to be like literally her real life.
100%.
In hindsight, there were definitely signs that was like, she was trying to like corral us into that direction, but like none of us are as smart as her.
Right.
So I never like put it together. I do want to say like it's very clearly a social commentary on how us as a society like views Instagram and views womanhood and motherhood and like how we prioritize like posting content online. Yeah. So I will say I felt a little bit uncomfortable throughout it. Yeah. Like it was really making me look inward. Like I was like, am I posting my kid too much? Am I like, which like, okay, let's start there. Like people do whatever you want when it comes to posting your kids online. I am completely respectful of both parties, but I did become private when I started posting my kids online just because I was like, I don't know who is lurking in the shadows. Yeah. But it really just made you think a lot. Yeah. Like they can't consent to being posted online. So is it really what's best for them or is it just for yourself? Yeah. And then also like, am I interacting with content creators and am I perpetuating this? And it's such a weird feeling.
Okay. I think that's really interesting. I think what people have been getting into so much lately, and this has been like a big buzzword online, is like these parasocial relationships. Like people get so like way too comfortable and way too familiar with people who they literally don't know. Like you don't know this person, you don't know their life. And we all fall into that. Like I'm not saying that I don't, but I think it's been really interesting lately, and it's something I've been kind of like trying to distance myself from. Like for instance, Taylor Swift's wedding. Hoyt, oh my God, my husband is like insufferable sometimes. He wants to like debate literally everything instead of just have a conversation. And so like the day after her wedding, he was like, what do you think about Adam Sandler officiating her wedding? And I was like, I don't
know that was happening.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, no, that's crazy. Like unexpected for sure. And he was like, you don't think that's weird? What is their relationship? Like wanting to like get into the details. And I think that having a baby and not having like the time or mental capacity to like be so obsessed and so like focused on people like that, it has made me step back a little bit. But this book was another, I don't know, what is the word I'm trying to say? By the way, I'm sleep deprived. My baby is teething, so I got like 3 hours of sleep last night.
Oh God.
Anyway, it just makes you think. Like
it makes you like you're confronted by it.
Yes,
like the whole
book. Yes. Thank you. And I feel like that happened a lot. It happened a lot with Love Island, which recently ended. People are so fucking crazy, and they've ruined the show. I don't think I'll be watching again next year. Like, y'all don't know these people, especially that, because they show you 1 hour of the day. These people are together for 24 hours. Like
24 hours a day. Yeah.
You're not seeing any of it. You're seeing what the producers want you to say. It is literally curated for viewership. And so, yeah, it was definitely interesting, but I thought a lot of the like thoughts that Natalie had, especially about like the angry women. It was so like relevant, I guess. Like
100%. Yeah, like the thing about this book is, especially if you're me and Katie very much try to go into a new book without exposing any of the plot points to ourselves ahead of time. So we're like, okay, let's stay off TikTok, let's stay off Instagram, let's not search the book. We don't want to know. We did know it was like time travel-y and trad wifey. But I was talking to my neighbor. I gave her the book and she finished in like 3 days. And she was like, I'm so thankful that I went into the book knowing that the main character is this horrible, crazy person. Because if you don't know that, I didn't know that. I'm assuming Katie didn't know that. The way that you are, that is forced upon you at the end, sort of out of out of nowhere per se, but like it's one of those things, like it's a reckoning at the end. That was so incredibly hard for me. And it was, I just like wish I knew that ahead of time. Yeah. So if you're one of those people that already knew that going in, you are so lucky. And just know that everything that I'm about to say about the characters, about the plot, about the writing is completely opposite of your experience. Right. Because I didn't know any of that. So I just want to clear my name whenever I'm going through like how I was feeling reading the book. I didn't know that she was this bad.
Yeah. You don't.
And so the angry women were a plot point to me that I felt like justified me liking the main character. Yeah. Like, these women are being unjust to her in the comments because they don't really know her. Yeah, maybe they have some valid points. I think that's obvious. Yeah. But they don't know her, and they're being parasocial. Like they just like think that they know more than they actually do. So it was really interesting to me whenever they were all a little too right at the end. Yeah. But I really just liked that it was a really current book. I mean, obviously we read fantasy, which is mostly set in some sort of past time frame. Yep. So having someone be on Instagram and going to Target, and it was kind of those aspects that I really like to read about, like a rom-com book. Yeah. But applied into like a different genre. So that was fun. Also, she's in Idaho, which feels really familiar to me because I'm out here in the West. Yeah. And there's a lot of Idaho people here. But I just feel like this author might be a little brave, a little too brave when it comes to the ballerina farm of it all. And that whole, I think there's another Idaho or Utah influencer that the producer Sharon's story was like loosely based off of her.
Okay, that's really interesting. I haven't heard that, but yeah. And so like on the toast, they would talk about Yesteryear, and I would see in the comments people like, this is not even close to Ballerina Farm. Like, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, are we reading the same book? Like, it literally is. Like, she's on like a homestead. She makes sourdough. She posts Instagram content. Like, her house isn't renovated. Like, it literally is that. Her husband is out working on the farm. How is it not? Like, yeah, I don't know. But
yeah, I got Ballerina Farm like before I knew that she was famous. I got her like genuinely just, she came across my desk on the For You page. So I didn't know who she was, and I click the comments and everyone's like, why is she acting poor when I Googled this oven and it's $80,000? And I'm like, no, this book is about that.
Yes, 100%. Like, it literally is, which I'm not parasocial with Ballerina Farm. She's like not someone that I follow. I know her and I'm familiar with her content, but like, I don't know. I think my biggest thing is like, who cares? The people that are online, the influencers and the people in the comments, like, you guys care too much. What? Just move on with your lives. Except for like, the thing is, sometimes content online is so enraging. Like, you want to comment something so badly and just have to refrain. Like, it actually is difficult sometimes.
Yeah, you have to like really check in with yourself and be like, what am I doing by commenting on this? I've personally like adopted this theory. Like, would I be embarrassed if someone that I knew, this video came across their For You page and they saw that I have a comment that's A, rude, and B, has 0 likes? Yeah. Think about that before you say anything to anybody. And then you will probably not end up being one of the angry women.
100%. And I don't comment on anything on Instagram for that reason, because, you know, you can go like scroll over to friends and see what your friends have liked and commented on. You will not catch me in the comments. Like, I don't care how like stupid or bad the video is. I'm not commenting, even if it like
no way
is a personal attack on myself.
Because then it's like, then not only did they see that, like, even if you just like it, they're like, oh, this came across your For You page. Yeah. Like, you can't, no. Exactly. Okay, so what did you feel like? How'd you feel about the writing? Because another thing, my neighbor Addie, shouts to you, because we just had a discussion today, because she finished it. She said that like when she was talking to other people who read it or like was like reading the discourse online, people did not like the writing. They felt like it was a little bit disjointed, but I personally felt like it was amazing. It was my favorite part of the book.
Okay, I just said like I didn't notice anything, and that to me means everything was fine. Like there were no flops anywhere. You weren't doing anything cringy. I did think that like as far as pacing, like kind of at the early middle when we started getting in like her college day, like right when she had traveled
Lost
back
me a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a little I don't know, but by the end of the book, you're flip-flopping timelines literally the entire time. And normally I fucking hate that. I hate a flashback. I hate going back in time. But in this instance, like they're both in real time. You know what I mean? And so I feel like maybe that helped a little bit. But it honestly didn't bother me. Like I thought it was extremely well written. I thought that she didn't like drag things on for too long. I wasn't like really getting bored with things except for when we first started, when she like goes off to Harvard. Other than that, I thought it was great.
The way I thought you were about to say Hogwarts. Yes. I agree. Like I felt like I didn't like the college part, but other than that, I felt like the pace was fine, but I also really enjoyed, I thought she was really fucking funny. Like she would make me laugh so much.
Same, especially
and
at
all
the beginning.
Like really, yes, whenever you're like in her head and it's all italics and it's just like her thoughts.
Yes.
That was the best part of the book for me. So I hesitate to say that it was bad writing.
Yeah. No,
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay, you know what I will say, now that you bring up like the italicized parts, she lost me a couple times. Like I didn't quite understand what she was talking about in those.
What was real and what was
like I didn't like it felt like it was like an inside joke that I wasn't privy to sometimes. So I mean, I guess for that, but overall I really enjoyed it, and I loved her like internal monologue about how stupid people are and like
yes, obsessed.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But one thing I meant to say about the plot was it's funny because like we read a lot of fantasy, and so things like traveling through time, a god speaking through another human to you are like things that would really happen in like a fantasy book. And so sometimes it was like hard for me to disassociate that this isn't that kind of book. Like that's not something that could actually happen in this story.
Well, I think it depends on your level of religion though. Like to be honest.
Oh my God, so true.
This person is deeply evangelical. Like they didn't say she was LDS, but it's giving Mormon versus I don't know what else it could really be now that I'm saying.
Yeah.
That. Something.
Yeah.
What's another? Church of Christ. I don't know. One of the ones that are like a little bit more not traditional, but like
yeah, I know what you mean. A little bit more like
a little bit more literal interpretation of the Bible.
Yeah. I was gonna say whimsical, but like
a little bit more believing in magic.
Yes, that's not to like make fun of anyone.
No, sorry,
who's religious, but like just in general, I think that's the kind of general consensus about things like that. But yeah, it was. I caught myself like when she was like, "Oh, God was speaking to me." I can't remember. I think it was like through Mary or something when they're outside on the porch, and then I had to like come back to myself and say like, "Oh, God's not actually speaking to her. Like this woman is just legitimately insane." So
yeah,
that was tough. But anyway,
yeah, and that's interesting. I'm glad that I got your perspective without outright asking you, a Christian woman, how you felt about her religious views. But it seems like this is not a normal amount of reliance upon the Lord.
I would not say so. No, but okay, let's get into our character lineup because I have like a novel written for Natalie and then like a few sentences for everyone else. So
okay,
let's start with Natalie. Okay, go ahead.
Literally so fucking good. I loved her character. I don't know that I love her as a person. I would not be friends with this person, but like she was written so elegantly, so crazy. And I think hindsight is 2020. She was crazy from the start, but like for me, I'm usually someone that can be warmed up to someone who's crazy. That's not something that's going to deter me in real life also. Like if you're crazy, that's okay. Like, you know, it is what it is. And so I felt like we got to spend so much time inside her brain that I was brainwashed into thinking that she was right a lot of the time. And I loved living in that little bubble. And so in regards to that, like the mind fuck that I got at the end of the book, also loved that. So it was just crazy to experience her. Not only did she not have like this redemption arc, or like even just like where she gets a little bit more realistic, a little bit more modernized, she only gets worse and worse and worse, and only does more and more damage to like her entire family.
100%.
So she was written perfectly until literally until the last sentence. Like she was written so perfectly. I don't think I have a bad thing to say about her because of that.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of different take. I wrote a true sociopath, but I hated her in like the way that's intent. Like you're not supposed to.
Yes. Like you don't. It's not like I love her, but I want what's best for her because she is a crazy, but she's also a woman, and I support women. Okay. I support women's wrongs.
Yes. Okay. So what I wrote was like, at first it comes off as this like self-awareness and like living kind of unapologetically until you start to realize like, oh, she's actually like batshit crazy. Like, I feel like when she went to college and people are judging her and like they think she's the weird girl, she's just like, you know what, whatever. Like, I'm just going to let them judge me. I'm not going to explain myself to any of these people. Like, kind of like I'm better than them, but you know,
they're going to hell. It's fine.
Yes. It comes off that way. And I think it was like in earnest to begin with. And then like as the story goes on, you're like, something is amiss. Like something is just
my favorite thing is thinking back to the Target scene. Like you're at the end of the book and you're thinking back, like, how is this person so fucked up that she just couldn't say, hey, to a fan in Target without absolutely destroying her image.
Right. She's so fucking crazy. And like when she is on the farm and she finds the microphone, the little piece of the microphone, and she's like, I wonder if I'm on a reality TV show. I was like, no, she's insane. Like from this point forward, she is insane. And then like you said, it just gets progressively worse. And then you come to the part and she's like, I fucking hate my husband. Like he's a piece of shit. Instead of leaving and just being like, I can do so much better on my own. Like she just stays and continues to like drag out this mess with a man that she doesn't even love for no like real benefit to her, because at the time she didn't have influencing, like she was living with his parents. She didn't have money of her own. So it's not like she was doing like so great and wonderful. It's true. It's like really sociopathic. And
so I spent a lot of time going back through this book and trying to figure out where I got lost.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people had this realization that she is crazy, and like crazy to the point of no return, like around that era.
Yeah.
It took me a lot longer, but when I went back and I like realized, okay, she's like staying in this marriage for no reason. She wants to continue to get pregnant for reasons that I can't figure out. Like she's been crazy since the jump, but I think it's supposed to be maybe some sort of commentary from the author about like rigidity in like your beliefs and like the same thing that she was doing in college. Like, I'm not going to explain myself. It's like, I believe this because I believe this and period. Like, I'm not going to like change my beliefs because it would make my life better. It would make me happy. It's like, I married this person. I have to be with them forever because somewhere in the Bible that was interpreted and relayed to me. And I don't know if it's the biblical thing or what, but it seems like her mom was also mad at her sister, and so was she for like getting a divorce.
Right.
And so there's obviously something deep rooted in her family belief system. And same thing with her mom. Like, she could never say that she got divorced. Like, her husband just is no longer with us. Like, that's hilarious, but again, like, sociopathic.
I think that is a great read. I think you're just pure of heart. Like, you just had such good intentions for Natalie. And
the problem is, like, we literally read books with intentionally crazy main characters all the time, and it's supposed to be endearing.
Right.
So I got a little lost. I got a little in the weeds.
No.
And then I was like, this is a real person with real children who are going to have terrible consequences of her actions.
100%. No, and what, like you said in the end, so she's like incarcerated at this point, like by the end. Why do I feel bad for her? Like,
no, I did.
She literally
and she was prettier than Rena.
Oh my God.
She always was.
She's fucking crazy. Like, she was eating so hard as the trad wife influencer. I'm on her team. Like, I'm on her side. I don't care if she's crazy.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Literally. I don't care if she's insane. Like, this girl has charisma.
She does.
And
Natalie Heller Mills, she sure does.
Then at the end, like, it's like, but Your Honor, like, you know, I felt bad for her in the end. And it's like, then that's really fucking me up, because like, this person is a child abuser, sociopath. Yes. Why do I feel bad for her? It's
because we're all fucked up in the head. 100%. All of us.
Thanks
to Caro Claire Burke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so crazy. Did you have anything else about Natalie that you wanted to
know? I think that, as you said, she was perfectly written. Like, seriously, no notes. She was exactly who she was meant to be.
She swindled me. She swindled Caleb. She swindled me. She swindled like the whole world on Instagram.
Yep.
Like, add me to the list.
Yep.
Okay, so what do you have to say about Caleb?
Okay, I don't have a lot to say about him, but like, what a loser. Literally cannot like, the thought of him gives me the ick. By the time she's like traveled back in time and she's now with old Caleb, I already am so like icked out by him. I don't care for him. Like, why is he even a part of this story? The thing is, he is sane enough to like be living in his right mind, but he's fucked up enough to continue abusing these children, letting this woman like carry out this fantasy. Like, he's crazy too, just like in his own regard.
I think that Caleb is the most confusing character in the book. I think he was perfectly written as someone who was raised by two insane people and as a product of that got married to an insane person because he had nothing to offer her except for money.
Yeah. And not his money, mind you.
Right. And so again, it's one of those things where like, you ended up in this scenario with a wife that you're now having to medicate to keep her in this fake reality that she wanted for herself, but you helped her create in order to literally neglect your children.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Like, on his end, is it just he doesn't want to get a real job, and so this is just like sufficient for him for now? Like,
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
And it wasn't clear to me how they had the money to even like keep up the ruse. Like, how were you getting the vegetables and the meat?
That's what I want to know, because it's like, you still suck at farming. Like, at the end of all of this, you're having to get all of your produce from the store because your sons are also helping perpetuate this crazy woman, like her ideals, on these other children. Everyone's fucked up in the head except for Clementine, it seems. And
yeah,
we only found that out at the dead end of the book. I don't know, like, Caleb, I hate him.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to.
Yeah, 100%. But it was...
Yeah.
I hated, like, anytime he would even enter the room, I was like, oh my God. But you know what? Like,
I know.
That's the way that Natalie felt. And so...
That's what she deserves. She deserves to feel that way about her husband every time he enters a room.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me was, like, I was obsessed with her getting herself pregnant. Like, I can't even explain, like, how, like, that was whenever I started to be like, she's crazy and I love her.
Yeah.
Like, she's diabolical. That's my queen. Like, I was obsessed with that because she was like, actually, I don't fucking need you for anything except for this one thing.
Right.
And I barely need you for that.
Yeah.
Since you can't manage to do that either.
Oh my
like,
God.
There's nothing that you are capable of. But what I will say is that the part where, since we're not going to talk about romance anywhere else in this, like, episode, I just want to comment on her thinking that God was giving her her first orgasm through old Caleb at Yesteryear. Because what the fuck was that?
It makes me literally sick to think about. Like, how did the author even think of that? Like, I'm a little scared of her as well.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. But, like, I don't know.
That was literally one of the more poignant parts of the plot for me.
Yeah.
I was like, this girl is so insane. Like, literally, you're talking about God. Like, are we talking about the same God?
Right.
You think he's physically entering you
Ew,
through this?
I don't even want to think about it. Like, it made me ill. Literally the entire time. That whole scene. Like, icky, yucky vibes, which I got a lot reading this book, but it's so funny. Like, I was upset. I could not stop reading this book, even though literally 95% of the book I felt sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm. So good. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about Caleb's parents, because I feel like well, let me hear what you have to say. I think the mom's name's Amelia and dad is named Doug Mills.
Okay. I was obsessed with the fact that they knew that Caleb was a loser, a deadbeat, piece of shit. And they were just like, Natalie, this belongs to you now. Yeah. You need to do something to fix this. They're all fucked up in the head. Like, every single adult in this book is fucked in the head. Amelia seems like a great time. Like, she's giving like the Mean Girls mom, but kind of like in a little bit of a scarier way.
Yeah, a little bit more like medicated way.
Yeah. But overall, like, I enjoyed them being part of it. I thought that Doug being like a political figure added a lot to the story. And the fact that at a certain point they suggested that Caleb go into politics is the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard. Like, this man doesn't have a brain. I don't know. But people are just crazy.
Again, I think this author is extremely brave. I think that is how a lot of people view politicians, and maybe not. I'm not saying that they're wrong.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're right. I think that's genuinely, that was her point, one of her points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone wants like a figurehead, but nobody wants them to have two brain cells to hit together.
100%.
So like, he would be perfect for the position. About Doug and Amelia, these people are the problem. Like, this is the source of the issue. Them and Natalie, like, the way that they have created such fucking chaos for everyone else in their wake is crazy.
Yeah.
But I do believe that if Amelia and Doug, there is something extremely sinister going on about them letting their completely unqualified son go to Harvard, paying for him to go to Harvard, finding a wife, and then, like you said, being like, well, you married him.
Right.
So you fix it. It's like, no. You should have been fixing this problem since you learned it was a problem.
Right.
But instead, they have like raised him up, sent him out into the world, and then they found this poor little evangelical girl who was taught to obey her husband no matter what. And they're like, well, why can't you fix them? And she's like, well, I didn't know I was supposed to.
Right.
So to me, Amelia and Doug are the villains.
100%.
And then because this poor girl goes so insane, because your husband your son not only is so incompetent, but also can't say faithful, like steps out on his breadwinning wife for like a 20-year-old. Okay. Then that ruins not only Natalie's influencer gig, but also your political run and his potential to ever run for politics. Okay. He couldn't keep it together for that long. Now you're going to pull out. Now you're going to take the money away and let them just go off and do their own thing. No, it's your job to put the money into an institution to get your daughter-in-law help. These people are terrible.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
These are the only people that could have saved Natalie, and they didn't.
100%. It's almost like self-fulfilling prophecy. Like they didn't give a fuck about their son, and then he didn't give a fuck. And so
about anything.
It's just literally like this cycle that just like keeps repeating. They really are the villains, and like they're the problem, which is so interesting because Natalie's mom, aside from being like maybe a little bit too religious and, you know, like being unwilling to like admit that her, you know, she left her husband or whatever, is relatively normal, especially by the end of the book. Like she seems like she's really started to figure things out. And it's one of those cases where like she might not be perfect, but it does genuinely seem like her mom is trying her best, like is doing the best that she can given her circumstances. And Natalie is like, Caleb is a piece of shit loser, but Natalie's fucking crazy. And so it's an interesting dynamic, but literally everyone is to blame in this instance. And like the other thing that I can't get past is Doug and Amelia also letting them do this to their children, because they're well aware that they've continued to have children and they're living like in these conditions. Everyone is just really crazy.
Yeah. And I feel like that's another point in the book, is that like everything goes ignored. Like, don't talk about it, don't ask, don't tell. Like if you have an issue, like put your pill bottle, hide it better, or like, you know, like just like sweep everything under the rug. And so I think that was an issue with Natalie and her family. What's her sister's name? Abigail. Natalie and Abigail and her mom, like they can't communicate about anything because they don't want anyone to be imperfect. So it's like, well, if we just never address it, it's not a real thing. And then same thing with Doug and Amelia. They're like, well, we can't address anything because we're in politics. So everything has to be perfect at all times. Like there's no other option. So what you have is a recipe for fucking disaster. And again, like you just said, these are their grandkids. How are you just letting this happen?
And because
institutionalize your children.
Yes. And like at the beginning, Doug says to Natalie, like, you have to promise me that you will continue to have children with this man. She did it. What was the final count? Like
8
10
or 9.
Wait, she had 6 to begin with.
And then Mary, Maeve, Abel, and
what was the last one?
So 9.
10. Yeah, something like that. You're doing that, but then
no, because Mary she was pregnant with Mary.
That's right. So Mary was number 6. Okay,
so there was 9.
Okay, why did he want Natalie to continue having these children when he's only going to neglect them? Because not only has he neglected the ones that are still at the ranch, it doesn't seem like he's been in contact with Clementine, like the first group of children, and has been actively fighting against them helping the children that are still on the ranch. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what was the point?
The point was that he wanted Caleb to have an image of like this
family man
with a farm, so that he could use it to run. Like he could use it as a talking point for his campaign. And it sounds like he was the type of guy that was just like going to keep having campaign after campaign. So yeah. Oh my God, this is completely side tangent, but did you watch Southern Charm?
I started watching it and I started from the beginning and I couldn't get through it.
Okay, well, recently Lindsey Graham has passed away, rest in peace. And do you know Thomas Ravenel?
I do know Thomas Ravenel. I watched the first 3 seasons.
Okay, so Thomas Ravenel, whenever he lost his political campaign, it was to Lindsey Graham.
Who is Lindsey Graham? I don't know that name.
He's like in the Senate, and he was a Republican in whatever, South Carolina. That's who Thomas lost his campaign to. And so whenever he passed away, someone posted a TikTok saying that Thomas Ravenel has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so I was just thinking about that, like just the politics of it all. Like Thomas Ravenel is like literally Doug. Like he was just gonna keep running until something happened. Right. He was just propped up because he has like a big family name from a big family, like the Ravenel Bridge, like, you know, historically a big name. And I just feel like this is actually a theme that's present today in America, and that's kind of what she was commenting on. So good for her. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say about Abigail and their mother, who I think is like unnamed throughout the book. It's just like mother.
Yeah, I don't think she,
because I googled it a lot and everyone just kept saying it was the mother.
Okay. All right. I really don't have much to say about them. It's funny because, like, similar to your experience at first, I'm like, oh my God, Abigail, like, get out of here, you're pissing me off. Yes. And then, like, by the end you're just like sad for her, but it does, like I just said, it kind of feels like at the end, like she's got it figured out. She and her mom are like really doing okay, you know, taking care of all of Abigail's kids. And I know she got divorced, but they kind of,
the older Natalie kids.
Yes. Like they kind of figured it out. So that was nice to see. And I think that it was also really nice by the end, the mom finally like freaking out on Natalie and being like, why are you so like, why are you this way? Like the mom goes to therapy. She seeks help. Yeah. Good for her. Like I really ended up liking them and having a lot of respect for them at the end. So I guess that was nice because they were like literally the only ones that
like gave Clementine a damn chance.
Yes, had any kind of like human decency.
Yeah. Okay, so now moving on to the children. Let's talk about Clementine. Like, wow. What an insane turn of events. Yes. I feel like from episode 1, scene 1, like Clementine was anti-Natalie.
100%. And like
she came out of the womb, she was the ops.
Yes, and that's on listening to your gut, having discernment, having intuition about
this
things.
Is the discernment they're talking about in the Bible. Yeah. This is literally she was blessed with discernment.
100%. Thank God she was behind the scenes. I hate that it took so long, like so many years. I don't even know how old Mary was by the time Clementine like came into the picture. I imagine because she had 3 kids after, so probably like 15, 16, if I had to guess. Is a long time to continue to wait on like your grandfather to stop bribing the police or like the FBI, whoever it was, so that you can rescue these children who are like being severely neglected. The only thing is that I would kill to know like what's going on with Jessa and Junebug. Why are they not doing well? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's unclear to me how old Jessa and Junebug were when they were taken away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or when they left. Like, when Clementine took the first round with her. Yeah. I'm assuming they were toddlers or maybe a little older, like under 10, though.
Yeah, because I think Clementine is she like 13 in the Target run?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they said she left when she was like 16. So Jessa and Junebug couldn't have been that old, like maybe 4 or 5-ish.
Yeah. So they're probably just like not, like it's so hard because like you don't know what to make of the world without adults at those ages.
Yeah.
So taking them away from their known adults is got to be so hard for them, but also like it's so much better than the alternative.
100%.
That like, yeah, it's just really sad.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Clementine really saved the day. I loved it that at the end, like the description was like, I'm faced with a younger version of myself. Like I'm looking at myself.
Yes.
And I think that was on purpose. Like, I think that was like, here's a reflection of what you could have been if you had like abandoned all of these like quote principles that you think are like written in stone somewhere and adapted to like the reality that is the America of today and like made yourself happy, put yourself first, put your kids first for once in your goddamn life. Like, if you would have just like abandoned this idea that like everything has to be some sort of perfect that you've like preconceived in your head and just like gone with the flow for 1 second, like I just think that was probably really hard for her, seeing Clementine be okay without her, but also it's like she needed to see that to realize like, oh, you, first of all, you exist, because obviously she didn't remember, and second, like, what a stark contrast to the life that you're living in the dirt.
Yeah. I can tell that you've been like really introspective about this. You're like, like so literary, like talking about the parallels and the metaphors.
Because here's the thing. I've had like 3 weeks to sit with this knowledge and like think about where did, again, like the ending. I was mad for Natalie. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're taking her kids away? Like, and then I'm like, wait. No, the kids can't live on a farm unvaccinated. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're grappling with this thing. So I've just been thinking about like, Caro Claire Burke is really crazy.
Yeah.
But like in a really good way.
Yes. Yeah.
This book liberalized me, I think. It's because it's like, honestly, I thought like, if you know me in person, like, you know, I am liberal, but like, I don't think I was that liberal until now.
Oh my gosh. That's so interesting and so funny.
It radicalized me.
Yeah, no, literally. I'm just got like silly goofy notes, and you're like really taking like the literary angle with these things, but like that's great. I feel like it is so rare that we read a book, especially on this podcast, where like there is deeper meaning. It's more than just
something.
Yes, it's more than just our silly goofy thoughts. So it's really nice to see, and like you're right, like you're opening my eyes to a lot of different things that I just like, I wasn't thinking that deeply about it.
Yeah. Well, I think whenever you get bamboozled at the end of a book like this, you have to sit back and think like, what was the author trying to portray to me personally?
Yeah. No, I can imagine. I feel like, I don't know, I was like onto her a little bit sooner, but I can see how at the end you would be like, what the fuck? Like, this is my girl. You can't do this to her.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck.
Oh, I know. And really like the kids like gave me more of these thoughts than anybody else, because how, I don't know, like as a mother, like at the end of the book, I was sobbing when Maeve got into that fucking car.
Oh my God.
Especially like, we're postpartum. This is rude for us to do to ourselves.
Yes.
But I just was thinking like, how could this happen to a mother? How could she let this happen to her kids? Like, how could this, like, this can't be real. You can't get your kids taken away. And so like, I was of this like crazy mindset of like, even if she did all this stuff, like taking her kids away is sad, but really it's not. Like, not for the kids. It's like supposed to be the best thing that's ever happened for them. But like them crying in the car.
Oh my God.
Leaving the ranch is like awful.
I'm seriously so, like,
why would she do that?
I'm so sensitive to like kid stuff now, and like children being mistreated. It's been really crazy. And I used to see all the time, like people on TikTok would say like, oh, like now that I've had a baby, I can't see content about like drowning or like kidnapping or something like that. And I always thought it was dramatic. It is that serious. Like, I genuinely cannot consume content like that anymore. And so this was really hard, especially.
That was hard.
Yes, especially Maeve, like, because she doesn't understand. Yeah. Oh my God, like I could cry just thinking about it. It's so sad.
I know. It's awful. And Caro Claire Burke is pregnant. And I think this is her first child. So she wrote this book not being a mother, but in her acknowledgments, my neighbor told me this, and it kind of pissed me off, honestly. She was like, if I ever have a daughter one day, sweet girl, like I wrote the ending with you in mind. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm going to throw my iPad across the room. You can't conceive how it feels reading this, being the mother of a toddler daughter, watching this essentially like toddler minded daughter get like driven away from her parent or everything she's ever known in a car.
No.
Now, maybe she was talking about like her daughter is Clementine. Like she wants Clementine to be like emulated. I don't care. Fuck you for that.
Yeah.
And now I've had to sit here and be literary for the last month to try to talk myself into it being okay.
It's been like your entire like inner world for the last month.
I've been distraught.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, wait. Who do we leave off of? Okay, so we talked about Clementine. Okay, Mary. Mary at the ending when it's like, you know, this book has come out and it was Mary's book, I was like, I don't like that. Like, I kind of wish it was written from Clementine's perspective, but I think in my mind at the time, Clementine was old enough to have kind of like a very well-rounded view of like how fucked up the situation was. But I actually think, like in hindsight, that Mary was definitely the right one to write this because she lived it. Like she wasn't just witness to it and like knowing.
Mary was born into the Yesteryear farm.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
It is so sad that this girl for so long, her literal entire life, had to be the only competent and like sane person living in this house, taking care of her mother, who is just a piece of shit, and the rest of her siblings. Like, it is like
Clementine and Mary are the same people,
literally, and
like they're both the oldest kids.
It's eldest daughter
taking care of their own
final
mother.
boss, like
literally.
What I wrote is like, I think that it's really sad that this has now happened to two different girls with the same family. Like Clementine's the eldest daughter, but so is Mary, which is crazy. Like that can only happen in so many ways. So it's sad in that regard, but like I think that it's great that Mary now has Clementine to be her, you know, big sister, because Clementine obviously has had enough time to like cope with all of this, and Clementine also wasn't living through it, but like bearing witness to it, I imagine, is not easy either, knowing that these kids are your siblings and like you don't know them whatsoever because your mom's fucking crazy. But
I also liked how she described like Mary looks like Clementine but not like Clement. Like it's not Clementine but it looks like her, and then Clementine being the person that the thing that Mary saw in the forest that day. Crazy twist.
Yeah. It's a lot. This book is heavy. Like,
it's really heavy and it's not that long. Like, there's just a lot of really crazy things slammed into however many pages.
Yes.
Like, so crazy. And like, again, it took me a few weeks to read it just because not really in my reading era right now with a newborn, as you can imagine. But like, the way I didn't know how crazy it could all become.
No.
So I'm just like, reading through like, hee. Like, this girl's kind of crazy, and then all of a sudden, like you said, it just like makes you like actually think about stuff. I'm not used to that. I usually just like on to the next. Where's my dragon?
Reading is for turning your brain off, not like having all of these kind of like almost like existential thoughts about things. Like it was really hard to read, but at the same time like addicting.
Yeah, and it's nice. Like, thank you. I'm happy for everyone's feedback on Instagram, but I'm not signing up to do this every month. Like, I can't.
No. Like, no.
I need something stupid. Can we do the Gingerbread Bakery part 2?
100%. I can't do this. I don't know if I can do this ever again. Like, I could maybe read it on my own time where I'm not having to like have this discussion openly about it. But it was really crazy.
It's uncomfortable.
Yes, no, it is. It is. And like you said earlier, like you're just kind of like confronted with all of these things that you necessarily wouldn't have thought about otherwise.
Yes, I totally agree. The last kid that I had anything to write about was Maeve, but we can talk about as many as you want.
Okay.
I don't really have like a bunch to say about her. It's just like I liked her character a lot because I felt like she was the one kid that Natalie kind of warmed up to.
Yes.
Like she kind of like embraced motherhood for a minute whenever she realized like I'm not escaping this farm really. And then like Maeve getting sick was one of the reasons that she finally like got the courage to run out and get a doctor. But at that point you realize that she might not be coming back to save her toddler's life. So then I think that for me, I was like, okay, she's like beyond repair.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like Maeve served a really good purpose in terms of like a character arc that we thought we might be getting.
100%. Like she finally felt maternal toward one of her 9 children.
Towards something.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't have much to say about Maeve either, but like she was the only like bright spot in this story. Like making the little, was it hats for the chickens? Like literally, that is so fucking sweet. And thank God, like we needed to have a little
and it
bit.
gave Natalie something that she like literally enjoyed doing for the first time in who knows how long.
Yes. No, I think that she was a great character, but like by the same token, like the one that hurts the most at the end.
Yeah, exactly. She was just, she was so cute. And at the beginning, I didn't really like her because I was like, who is this little, like, these aren't her kids. Like, who is this girl?
I thought she was annoying at first because I was like, oh my God, like if I just woke up in another time and another era and now this little girl is bugging me to get out of the bed, like I would be pissed. But yeah, she ends up being really sweet and cute. And like, I'm glad that it also felt like Natalie then had someone there who like actually cared for her. And like, as you're going through the story, obviously Natalie, you're supposed to be a fan of her. And so you need somebody to like her. You need her to have somebody like as a friend.
Yeah. Some sort of ally.
Yes.
And then it got kind of sad toward the end because it seemed like as she kind of like came out of her most recent psychosis episode, she was like coming to terms with just like being at Yesteryear with Mary and Maeve. And so then like Mary starts calling her mama and I'm like, oh no. I don't need 2 people to be attached to here.
No.
But yeah, just like all the kids, God, it's just like that sucks that's like what they had to go through, but they were good characters. I have another literary point that I wanted to make. Like, I feel like it was a crazy parallel that like we didn't talk about the boys and like see the boys at all, except for they were like the ones that got to go out whenever they turned 13 and like see the what's it called, manosphere.
Oh my God.
Which I didn't know was like a thing. This is apparently like a literal thing that exists, is like the manosphere.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought she made this up.
Yeah, me either. I thought she made it up too. So what I was talking about with my husband the other day was like, I was trying to order some like protein powder and I got an ad from like somebody who's like a big name and like fitness and blah, blah. And I was like, hey, do you know anything about this protein? Like, could you order me some? And he's like, well, I didn't know you were going to order anything from the manosphere. And I said, have you been reading my book?
He said that of his own volition?
Yes. I said, have you been reading my book? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, the manosphere is in my book. And he's like, the manosphere is like literally a word that's in today's culture about a certain sector of the internet. So apparently that thing that Caleb was on, which was apparently either like Discord or Reddit, where he was, circle jerking with all those guys about how they're manly, is actually how a lot of people view certain like subcultures of the internet. I was shook to my core. I did not know that was a real thing.
That is crazy.
I was like, stop reading my things.
That is crazy. I actually recently,
get out of my diary.
I recently found out that one of my friends, who you know, and I'll tell you after, like, gets on Reddit, like is full-fledged 100% on all of the threads, like commenting like all of these like special interest type things. And don't get me wrong, I use Reddit, particularly if I'm like Googling something. I feel like that's like the new Google, if you're trying to find answers to things.
Not really new, but yes.
Yeah. But I was so shocked. Like, I don't know why either.
Was it a girl?
No, it was a guy. And
no, that's completely normal.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Like even that is new to me. I cannot imagine being like like this person had to decided like they had a problem with how much they were going on Reddit and had to like delete the app from their phone because like I think it was like a reckoning within their household that.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Okay. That reminds me of that toast submission where it was like I found out that my husband like comments.
Yeah.
He like sort of like runs Reddit through.
Yeah. No, like So weird. I cannot believe the manosphere is a thing. I need to Google it, but like I'm scared for what my algorithm will turn into if I do.
Yeah, it was obviously a term that was coined by people who disagree with what these people are saying.
Gotcha.
And I don't think it's like necessarily as nefarious. You don't have to be as nefarious as Caleb to be considered the manosphere, but it's sort of like the pseudoscience people too.
Okay.
And like those just like certain themes online kind of get classified and like corralled into this like manosphere name.
Okay.
Did not know. And Jake couldn't believe it. He was like, aren't you like online? And I was like, I thought I was. Yeah. But I'm on a different online than you.
No, my online is like pop culture, baby and mom.
Correct.
Stupid humor. Like, that's it.
I like my online. I don't think I want. I like being ignorant to the manosphere.
No, 100%.
And how here we are.
100%. Like, I don't want that on my timeline. That's why I'm scared to Google it, because like they know.
Yeah, Google it on your work computer.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea. I don't know, because I'm on the same internet, so the wires could get crossed.
Yeah. So anyways, that was my big thing I realized with the kids is like, again, it's this self-fulfilling prophecy of like the boys are privileged and the boys get to do whatever they want. There's absolutely no expectations of them. They can just go sit and watch TV in that room.
Yeah.
And the girls will do everything and they'll just like peel the stickers off the bananas and take them home. And it's just going to continue, to perpetuate. Yeah. And I felt really, really, really fucking bad when Mary had a crush on these two boys that were actually her older brothers.
Made me sick. Oh my God. Like,
because it's like she's just never seen peers outside of her siblings before. So, of course, she develops like an interest.
Right.
Ugh. Awful.
Imagine being a teenage girl, like that age, like high school-ish, and you see a guy you think is cute and it's your brother. Oh my God. Like, kill me.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was bad enough living in Alabama and people finding out they're dating like their third cousin.
Literally.
This is much worse.
Yes. Like, it's your full-fledged brother and you don't even know. Like, it makes me sick.
Awful.
Okay.
Awful.
Let's talk about, we just have a couple people left. So I want to know what you thought about producer Shannon, because I feel like this could go two ways. And I kind of feel like I have like a not a hot take.
This bitch is literally the fucking worst.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. She's supposed to represent like new ideas and like progression and like you should teach your kids these things, and like she's exposing everyone, okay? Right. So like she's definitely on the right side of history
100%
in that way. If you are that person and you're wanting what's best for these kids and you're trying to like help, she was even trying to help Natalie like see what the people online are saying. Like they are saying this because they feel like you're not authentic and like you can be authentic and we can help you and we can, she's trying to help everyone be better. It sounds like she was even trying to make Caleb be better. If you are truly a person of that belief system, how the fuck could you end up having sex with the girl you're working for's husband, who is the biggest idiot on the face of the planet? Those two things should not coexist within one person.
No.
So it's like, she is young, so I guess that's part of the problem. Like she got swindled. But then to turn it around and say that you feel like you got sexually assaulted by the woman.
Oh my God. And like all of that for her to say like, we're not in love, we're not running away together, like I don't want anything to do with this man. Like, where do you stand?
So then what was the point?
Right. What was the point? Like, where do you stand on this topic? Like, you're sitting here saying all these complimentary things about Caleb, but like you don't actually care enough to help him get away from any of this. Like, it's kind of like she saw an opportunity, she took it, but like now she's just ready to get out. But it doesn't make sense because you're not getting out. Like, you're staying with these people and you clearly see a problem with everything. I just felt like She needed to grow up. Like, this happens to you and you run to the news. Like, now you want to, it was like she was just thirsty, like wanted her moment instead of actually trying to be helpful. It was just like,
yeah, it was like you cared about them until it didn't serve you 100%. Anymore.
It was all like self-righteous. It was easier
for you. Yes. Self-righteous. She's completely unprincipled, this girl. And if there is one thing that I want people to take, no, this isn't even one. I have multiple, but like one thing that I will say is that sometimes physical violence is okay. And one of those things is you fucking my husband.
100%.
If I decide I'm going to beat your ass because I not only employ you, but you're around my kids and having sex with my husband, that I just feel like everyone, even the online presence, should have been like, you know what? Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I feel like maybe I'm like not clear. Natalie didn't sexually assault her, did she? She just physically
she just physically hit her.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I don't know.
So the thing is, or this is at least my understanding, is that Shannon knew that Natalie was not going to be able to address this because she's historically just been pushing things under the rug.
Yeah.
So she could say whatever she wants. She can make it as bad as she wants.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, unbeknownst to, I cannot figure it out, she wanted it to be the worst of the worst. So not only are you like, it's all a facade, because if you really cared about these kids, you wouldn't put them in this position where now they have no income, no family. It's Shannon's fault.
You're absolutely right.
Because now, here's the thing. If Shannon had not done that, Caleb could have run for office and probably done fine.
100%.
Now, would they have been happy forever? Probably not. But at least their kids wouldn't be living on a farm alone.
Yeah. And what's so crazy is that, like, apparently Shannon's family, like, came from money. I know she had advisors and attorneys, like, you know, advising her on all of these things. Why did they not think of that? Like, why is no one principled enough to understand that, like, you're causing so much harm? Like, the repercussions are bigger than just Natalie. Now you've ruined these kids' lives. I don't know. The other thing,
who you allegedly care about,
right?
Allegedly,
and like want better for these kids. Like, no, you don't. You obviously don't, or you didn't take the time to consider like the repercussions of you going and doing this. The only thing about Shannon is Caleb thought they were in love. Caleb thought they were running away together, and like she did not. That it was not reciprocated, and I feel like he deserved that. Like, Caleb is such a loser.
100%.
You know,
he deserved that. I think that if Shannon would have just run away, never said anything, like, you could do an expose.
Yeah.
Like, go to the New York Times and say, like, this woman is fake.
Yeah.
And then Natalie could say, like, it's fake, but, yeah, there's my producer. Like, you know.
Right.
But for her to take it to the level that she did, knowing that it could have really caused a lot, and it did cause a lot of harm to the kids, like, she is a snake.
Yep.
I hate her.
Yep. A little rat.
Hate. A little rat. I think that's all I put. I just feel like she was really the straw that broke the camel's back. And so for that reason, I hate her.
Yep. Same.
You could just quit your job. Like, my God.
That's what I didn't understand. Like, and the whole time Natalie knows that Shannon is kind of like feeling this way and like judges her for all of this. But like, Natalie also wasn't firing her. I don't know. Like, it didn't make any sense. But again, every single person in this book is fucking crazy. So I guess in that regard, it does make sense.
Yeah, fair. Okay, last person is Rena, who I swear to God, her name was not Rena at the beginning of the book. When she came back up, I was like, who's Rena? Because I think I was remembering her name as something else, but I knew it was an R.
Okay. I didn't have that experience, but I continued like every time. So my boss also read this book. And so I would like kind of catch her up on what part I was at, whatever.
Where you're at. Yeah.
And every time I kept saying like, I'm obsessed with how obsessed Natalie is with her college roommate. Like,
Rena.
what is going on with it? It was cracking me the fuck up at every turn. She's thinking about like, well, I'm doing this and Rena's doing this. Like, who cares? Why are you so focused on Rena? I loved it, but it's like, again, like you hate Rena at the beginning because you're like, oh, her bitch roommate from college. And then
yes,
at the end, you're like, she's actually just normal. Like,
that's what I put. I said, are we not all Rena? Like, genuinely? Like, we're all shitheads in college. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to relive those days. Somehow we get our shit together. Hopefully most of us, like, have a normal life. Mm-hmm. And then we move on. But, like, it's the people like Natalie Heller Mills that, like, keep us relevant. Mm-hmm. Like, they just can't stop. Like, we're just on their brain.
Yes.
I don't think people are thinking about me that often. But, like, still, like, don't we all want to be Rena?
No, literally. Like, she's got a great career. Like, she figured her shit out. You know,
she went to Harvard, right, lest we forget.
Right. Like, she's just a normal girl. Like, everybody has some crazy nights in college, and you do stupid shit, and shit happens to you. Not to normalize, like, sexual assault or anything that Rena experienced, but, like,
right.
I feel like Rena just is a regular girl. Like, yeah, there's nothing particularly good or bad about her.
Yeah, I think maybe the only character in this book that wasn't like clinically insane.
No, literally.
So good for her. She got a good edit.
Yes, she did. Okay. Wow, that was a long time. I feel like this episode is so crazy and so interesting. Like, we never have that much to actually say.
No, we're usually like, okay, next character. But like, God, I could keep talking.
I literally could keep going. Like, we're at an hour and a half. We got to move it along. Okay, we're almost done. So let's play favorites. So we'll do favorite character, favorite scene. I kind of have a feeling that we have the same favorite character, but who did you put?
Maeve.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Angel.
No, almost put Natalie.
You would have been wrong for that. So I'm glad you redeemed yourself. But like,
unfortunately, like, I just love a character who is written so fucking well.
Yeah.
Like, you can be the worst person in the world, but if you are written and she's consistent, mm-hmm, like we knew all this, like we knew she was crazy. Mm-hmm. She was just written so well that I loved my experience with her. But I think that Maeve was the best character.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. Okay. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was which I don't know, this is not like my most memorable scene, but like I loved at the end when Natalie and Caleb, she said, I think I hate you. And he's like, I think I hate you too. Mm-hmm. And they just like walk off into the sunset. I'm like, you deserve each other.
Yes. Oh my God. 100%. Like, and that's that on that. Honestly, good for them for having some kind of
I'm glad that we can all agree
on
something.
Oh my God. Yes, because you're both the worst. So yeah, it's not surprising.
Okay. What was your favorite scene?
Okay, mine's not a scene, but it is what I just said. Like, her being obsessed with Rena was taking me out. Like, every time she would come up, I was like, oh my God. Like, what is your problem?
Like, get off of her.
Yeah, you're literally obsessed. Like, it was giving jealous, but
it's like, so she's like the angry women of Rena. No. She's like imagining, like, typing on her comments.
Literally. It was giving jealous.
How's your corporate job on your computer?
Yes.
It's like, babe, we're all doing this. It's okay.
Yes, like, it's normal. But, like, Natalie is not a jealous person. Like, she genuinely thinks that she's better than Rena. But, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But, like, Rena lives rent-free in her head. And of all the things, like, Natalie has so much shit going on. Of all the things, this is, like, the one constant in her life.
I know. And, like, to the point, she comes out looking, this bitch looked weathered. I mean, she was literally living on this farm with no mirror for 30 years, right. 20 years, something like that. Then she gets put in prison. She comes out unashamed, like, I was always prettier than you.
Oh my God. And Rena, my queen, like unbothered. She's just like, you know what? Like,
right. First question.
Yes, like I'm
what
not.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not gonna knock this girl while she's down. Like,
she's like, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that because you've been through enough.
right, right. Like, and she doesn't need to explain herself, Rena. The proof is in the pudding here.
Yeah, obsessed.
Same.
Okay, so now that our very minimal favorite aspects of this book have been discussed, let's talk some shit. So who was your least favorite?
Caleb, and it was not even close. Like,
okay,
it's such a loser.
Yeah. No, that's definitely the theme of his character, is just like losery vibes.
Yep. What about you?
I actually, let me just say, like, obsessed with their like first date. It was so good. Okay. I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's like literally the trap.
Yes.
That was set. And I just thought it was awesome. Okay. My least favorite character was Shannon.
Yeah.
It's because Shannon is a person who actually had potential and succumbed to the craziness of this household. Like, you literally could have just been a victim and moved on, and you weren't even a victim. Like, you put yourself in this position,
right?
And now you're going to capitalize off of it at the expense of all these kids that you allegedly give a shit about.
Yeah. So, she's the worst.
For that reason, you're the worst.
Yes. Okay.
What was your least favorite scene?
My least favorite scene was actually when they're having sex and she felt the Lord through Caleb. Like,
no, I hate that. That was so good. Because it was so bad.
Right.
But so good.
It made me sick.
Just so clever.
Yes. What's her name? I keep wanting to just
Caro
call her
Claire.
Claire. She's a fucked up. She is a nasty little girl. Like, how do you even think of that? Oh, you're muted again, Ash.
Sorry, I keep moving my mic around and then I hit the button. But like, I hope that Caro Claire seeks therapy after all of this, because I know she put herself into some dark places to pull this stuff out of her own mind.
100%.
How crazy. Like, I think the call might be coming from inside the house.
Oh my God, 100%. Like, no regular girl thinks of this and then just like goes on with her life. Like, it's so crazy. But honestly, you saying that like this was picked up as a movie before it was published makes sense, because like this feels like a mastermind was writing it. Like, I don't know how you come up with this intricate of a story with all these different like plot points just on your own. Like, it's truly so crazy.
So crazy. Okay. So I have 3 for this, but we kind of hashed them all out.
Okay.
So my first least favorite scene is putting Maeve in the car.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I know it had to happen, but did it have to? Did I have to witness it?
Right.
Or could we have just alluded to Maeve?
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was something that like will never leave me.
Yeah.
And I have a Maeve in my house, okay? That's why I'm so fucking what's the word? Traumatized by this experience, because Maeve is sleeping one door over from me right now, and she's perfect, and I would never do anything to hurt her. But if someone tried to take her away from me, my God.
Yeah.
And then basically all of the college scenes where she was sharing a room with Rena, like, I hated all of that.
Oh my God. I almost, for my next like least favorite scene, I almost put the one where like Rena comes in and is having sex with the guy while yeah, I did not like that at all. And then she like leans over the bed and throws up. I did not enjoy that.
That was awful. And that was the scene I was thinking of when I put that. And then I'm surprised this hasn't come up for you yet, because you're such like a weak stomach, but like the ankle saga.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, that right there, if Caleb was a man of scruples, could have ended the whole ruse. Like, you don't just let your wife potentially die from a bear trap wound on her ankle.
Yeah.
Because you're letting how old was Mary? Like 10?
Yeah.
12? Sew her up with a needle and thread?
Yeah, I did not like that.
Disgusting.
The point of that scene that like really hit me after the fact was Caleb is so like ingrained into this. Like, lest we forget, he also beat the shit out of her. And so he's like continuing to go on with this ruse of like old school
Olden days.
Yeah, like traditional man and wife.
Because I think he benefits from it too, because then there's no questions asked of him.
100%. It's really crazy, but that didn't bother me. And you're right. I don't know why. Like, it did. I didn't enjoy reading it, but it wasn't something that stuck out. I think probably just because like there's a lot going on in this book, so there was more to focus on than just like icky stuff,
gore.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. Do you have any hot takes?
Okay, I do, and I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. Okay. I did not. I don't know how I want to say this. Just let me speak, okay? I did not like the twist at the end. And it's not that, like, I don't know how to say that I wouldn't change the story without saying that, because, like, I don't know what I wanted the twist to be, and I like how we ended up at the very end. But I don't like the fact that, like, she's just, like, truly like in psychosis, or I don't even know what's going on with her, and this is truly like her real life. But I think the problem is I didn't know what was coming. I just heard everybody online and like people that I talked to in real life say like the twist is so crazy at the end, and then classic, my expectations just got like through the roof. And then this just did not meet those expectations, but I don't necessarily know what would have met those expectations. There's always the classic, like, she's having a dream, or like she had an accident and she was in a coma or something like that. So I'm happy that it wasn't that. I don't know what I wanted it to be, but it wasn't this.
You're not going to believe what I have to say.
Oh my God, okay.
My first hot take is I would have preferred a different ending.
Oh my God. That is crazy for you to say, because you were just you've been saying this whole time like you were so shook by the ending. That's crazy.
Okay, I think my perception is different than yours. Like, I was genuinely shocked. I thought it was crazy. I never would have saw it coming.
Yeah. I
think it's the craziest thing that could have happened. Is that this is her reality.
Yeah.
I don't think it's my preferred ending, because I, as stated explicitly multiple times, still was holding out hope for Natalie to get shaken up and like fix herself, fix her family, fix her situation.
Yeah.
I think that if Natalie was given a redemption arc, no one would be talking about the book.
I completely agree.
So I don't think it was necessarily the right move for the writer. I just think to make myself a little bit more comfortable, it would have been great to have this like be like some sort of Black Mirror simulation.
Yeah.
Where it shows her what her future could be like if she doesn't figure it out.
Okay.
And then she has the chance to like do something really 100% crazy
like
and fix herself.
It's just like you're just forever searching for that happily ever after, and like emotionally it's easier to stomach when the main character who you've been reading about for 400 pages turns
out to be that crazy.
Yes, like it is tough emotionally. I cannot believe that you said that. I really thought you were going to be like, you're wrong. Like, that's a crazy take.
No, because I don't read stuff that is this poignant. I don't want to. I want to live in La La Land. I wish this was a social commentary about like
trad wives,
Instagram, trad wives. And here's how we could fix it.
Yeah.
You guys turn off the app. Get a brick. I have a brick for my phone. You heard of that? Like, stop. Like, I wish we could just say like, okay, great. I'm going to stop interacting with this content because it's harmful to people.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Not this is so bad.
Yeah.
So that was my first hot take. My second hot take is that I took something away from this book that I don't think a lot of people did, but I want to put it out there. So Caleb was in love with Shannon, and Shannon was just honest with him.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, the stuff that you're reading online is harmful. Your kids deserve better. Like, I'm happy to teach you things.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie was always too scared to do that because she believed, like, okay, well, this is my husband. I have to do what he says, even though, like, I'm kind of trying to squirrel away money from him, like, whatever. Men need to be told what to do, period. If Natalie would have grabbed him by the fucking collar and said, this manosphere thing is crazy. You're not good enough for politics. You don't know what you're doing. You're siphoning money away from our family. Let me handle this, and you just figure out how to put the kids in a good place to educate them and take care of our household. Like, everything would have been kosher. Everything.
That is such a great takeaway. I did not get that from this book, but let me tell you about a conversation that was had in my house literally yesterday. We're cleaning the house, and I go out to my husband. My dad comes and helps with the baby one day a week. I told my husband, I said, my dad there's always pee on the floor. Like, I don't know why this continues to happen. Like, there's
he's 60.
Yes,
like,
there's pee on the floor. There's pee on the squatty potty. Like, the toilet just gets gross, like, with pee. I don't even know. And so Hoyt and I were talking about it, and he's like, that's so funny. Like, now he like went over to his brother's house and like the toilet seat was up, and Hoyt was like, the toilet seat being up is like the craziest thing that I can ever imagine. He was like, even when I'm not at home, like, I would literally never leave the toilet seat up or pee with the toilet seat down. Like, I would literally never do it. It's the craziest thing to me. And I was like, that's what happened when men don't have a wife
direction
who bullies them, who doesn't like tell them, you're annoying. This thing that you do is annoying me, is somehow impacting my life in a negative way. That's exactly what happens to men. That is exactly what happened with Caleb. Like, he went off the deep end.
He was never on a leash.
Exactly. Such a great point. I love that.
Yeah. I love it too. And it just really, like, unfortunately, it's just doubling down on my own theory that, like, you have to.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, you got to be a bully sometimes,
Yes.
and that's okay.
Yes.
And they don't mind.
And you don't
He didn't mind. He fell in love with that girl.
Exactly. Like, you don't even have to be a bully. You just need to point blank period tell your husband, you're annoying. This thing that you do is pissing me off. Like, that's really all that it is. All that it takes.
That's all it takes. Natalie could have really saved herself.
Yes.
And saved her kids and done, like, you just have to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let go the thought that this is your shepherd.
Yes.
Like, you know, like, he isn't. Actually, he barely got a college degree and his family funded it. So.
Right.
Anyway, I think that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Do you have any other hot takes?
I do not. No, that was my only one. This has been such a fun discussion, which we're not done yet. We'll do
a wild ride.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're an hour and 50 minutes. Okay. We got to wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
I did not foresee this episode going this long. I didn't know we were going to have so much to say, but like, wow, this has been fun. Okay. What was your final rating? And I saw you made a note, no chilies, because this isn't really like a chili rating kind of book. So what was your final rating?
I gave it 4.5 stars. I think if I would have read it more quickly, I would have given it more stars, but I did get a little bit lost in the weeds in the middle.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't like devouring it anymore. And then the ending, like when the ending happened, I was like, I'm giving it 1 star. Yeah. Like, I'm so pissed. But the more I sat with it, the more I was like, actually, this is like a great book.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
I also said 4.5 stars for pretty much the exact same reasons. It's just like what I said about the ending. It was not my preference, but I don't know. I don't have like a suggestion for her. Like what I know.
Because again, like what we would prefer is not what was going to get this picked up by Amazon. Like
100%.
You're right, Caro.
Yes.
Okay, get your check.
100%. But I enjoyed it so much. I thought it was so clever and so well thought out and so well executed. And I genuinely cannot wait for the movie. And I want my husband to watch it. Like, I think that this just, I don't know. Like Caro is a star. That's all that there is to it.
I really hope that they can capture the crazy internal monologue of Natalie's, because I feel like that's really where the writing kind of shined.
Yep.
And if you lose that in the in the film, it's just going to be, you're not really going to get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so time to pick a chaser. What are we reading next month?
Okay, next month, Ashlyn has twisted my arm. I'm just kidding. We are reading The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. Let me tell you something that I did that was literally so dumb. So I download the book. This was like a couple nights ago. I download the book, and I forgot that she has this big like glossary at the front, all the terms. And I was like, you know what?
Not only does she have a glossary, she has a character reminder of like each person,
pronunciations, like,
oh my gosh,
she's got it all. And so I thought, you know what? This is good. I downloaded it knowing that I was not going to start reading it because I needed to get like a TikTok refresh on what happened in the first book. And I was like, I'm going to read the glossary and like get a refresher. And it was very helpful. But I'm like falling asleep reading it. Like my eyes are so heavy and I'm like clicking ahead. I'm like, I only have a couple pages left of stuff to read. The next night I go to read it and I'm like, why would I read that when I was falling asleep? I don't remember literally anything that I read. So now I just wasted this time reading the glossary. Who the fuck reads the glossary at the beginning of the book?
Yeah, I tried to, and I even tried to read the character so I could refresh myself, but I was just getting more confused.
Yes.
So I ended up having to go to YouTube and like watch some recaps.
Yes. So anyway,
I'm not rereading that massive novel.
Oh my God, no. And you know what? I might listen to our episode because I imagine we had some fun little tidbits in there. But I am excited. We're back on our romantasy train, and I think it's going to be good.
I need something a little bit more light.
Yeah, because we can't do this every month. Like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too. My brain hasn't thought this hard in a long time.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun, and I like that it was like a little bit novel for us.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. Okay, well, we need to wrap it up. We got babies to feed and kiss, and we will see you guys next month. So, Ash, take us home.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks so much for listening to The Club. We love you. We're available on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. We're also available as a YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're so thankful for all your support, and please send us whatever books you want us to read throughout the remainder of the year. We might put a poll on Instagram with all of these options that Katie just listed. It sounds like the fall is going to be slam packed, but hopefully all romantasy. We love you guys. We will see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in for this nice long episode. We love you guys. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.